We have a big range out in the county that belongs to the Sheriff's Department. Well, the Sheriff's Department oversees it, but it's from the Lafayette County Law Enforcement Officers Association, and that's where we do a lot of training. Lafayette County Law Enforcement Officers Association. It's not Lafayette, it's Lafayette. If you're in Louisiana, it's Lafayette, and if you're in Oxford, or Mississippi, it's Lafayette.
All right, before we start this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie, I want to thank you guys all for tuning in and watching the show. If you are new to the YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe and the notification so you find out when new shows are dropped. If you are listening to the show in podcast form, please make sure you leave a positive review, regardless of how you watch or listen to the show. If you enjoy it, if you get something out of it, if you have a couple of chuckles, if you learn something, share it with your friends, because that is how we get the Stagecoach across America. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Today we are coming to you from Oxford, Mississippi, and I have Lynn Webb with me. She's also known as
Cornbread.
Cornbread. As soon as I shake my hand. Good to meet you, Lynn. As soon as she stepped out of the car and started talking, I'm like, oh my God, this is why they call her Cornbread. Oh man, this is awesome. Well, I appreciate you doing this, because it's kind of tricky having a show where you drive people around and you drive around the country, you meet complete strangers and say, hey, get in the car, we'll drive around for 45 minutes. Some people have a little issue with this, you know, but I like it. I like my gig. I like meeting new folks. You want to take a right or a left?
Which way you want to go?
Well, we're on the right lane.
Well, I would just go right.
We're going to turn right. Yeah, so you're friends with Memphis Beech, who I did a show with recently. He's a great guy.
You're a super guy.
And to me, it's really cool how one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make my circle of friends expand and expand and expand. Mm-hmm. And the people I know that are obviously I know the people in my circle, and I'm trying to get you in my circle so I can become friends with the people that are in your circle. And Amanda Suffolcool likes to call it the Olympic rings of the gun community. Yeah. And we did, Amanda and I were on this show called the Polite Society Podcast, and the host of it, his name is Paul Lathrop. He was doing these things for the Second Amendment Foundation they were called the Daily Bullet, and they started doing it beginning of COVID, and we did it for 3 years or so, for 3 or 4 years. And he got to the point where he's like, look, we got to find some new people to bring in. And I said, well, what if we bring in Jared Yanis from Guns and Gadgets? And he's like, who? And I'm like, Jared Yanis, he's got 300,000 subscribers, and he's like, I don't know who he is. And I'm like, how do you not know Jared? He's like, I don't know, bring him on the show. So it's really cool to expand the circle of friends this way. All right, so tell me about yourself. How does a girl from Mississippi here, is this the Deep South?
It's pretty deep.
How does a girl from the Deep South get into guns and become a law enforcement officer and an instructor?
Well, started out a long time ago. At 19, I wanted to be in law enforcement. And back then, there weren't too many women in law enforcement. I only knew about 2, and they worked for the University Police Department. Mm-hmm. So I did an internship with the Sheriff's Department, and then kind of did the reserve program for a while. And then I started working in the jail, and I worked there for 4 years. And then I went to the University Police Department, worked there from 97 to 2007. And when I left there, I was a lieutenant on night shift, and I was OCI, which is officer in charge of the motorcycle division. And the sheriff at the time, FD Buddy East, called me and said, hey, I heard you looking for a job, blah, blah, blah. And he hired me. And so in 2007, I became the first female deputy in the history of our sheriff's department.
Very cool.
And our sheriff had been the sheriff since 1971 or 2. He went in around 71, 72. And then he passed away in office. And now his son, Joey East, is the sheriff of our county. Okay. And I work part-time with them, helping them out some. And I work with our court system. Mm-hmm. And so one of the deputies that works there now, he was there at the time, and then he left, and then he's come back. Said, "Hey, you want to go do some pistol shooting?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, might as well." Because we have little friendly competitions, like with the Oxford Police Department, all the local law enforcement. We'll go out to the range and we'll have a day where we shoot a little pistol course, and they hand out trophies and things like that. So I would always shoot those, and Art said, "Hey, let's go over to Ridge Crossing Shooting Club in Saltillo." I said, "Man, I don't even know where Saltillo is." He said, "Well, follow me over here one day and we'll go over and shoot, and we'll shoot IDPA." He was big into IDPA at the time. So I went over there and I said, "Well, I'm not going to shoot. I'm just going to watch." Well, about halfway through watching, I regretted not shooting. And so that was in like 2011, 2012.
Yeah.
So I started shooting. I joined IDPA. Then it just kind of went from there. I was already, like I said, working at the sheriff's department, and I knew when I got 25 years in, I was done. Didn't matter what day of the week it was or whatever. 25 years, I was done. So in 15, I became a NRA basic pistol instructor. And then in 15, I also became a USCCA firearms instructor.
Nice.
And so I'd have a little gig going when I got ready to retire to help kind of supplement my insurance and stuff like that. And then I continued to shoot IDPA. You're going to need to get over in the left lane.
All right. Here's the University of Mississippi, right? Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, hotty toddy. Yep. We do not like LSU. Nobody that goes to Ole Miss likes LSU.
Right.
You know, that's one of our big rivalries. But anyway, that's Ole Miss. So, I became a IDPA safety officer with them, and so I help with some matches and stuff from time to time. But I shoot, and I went to some matches. Went to a couple of nationals. I went to Oklahoma and Texas twice, and did the IDPA nationals. So I enjoy shooting IDPA the most, and I've shot some USPSA. I'll shoot some steel challenges sometimes, and I never did really get into that 2-gun, 3-gun thing.
Right.
It costs way too much money for me. I don't have enough ammo for all that.
Right.
But,
part of the reason I became an instructor a bunch of years ago is I wanted to support my shooting habit.
Mhm.
Like I was married, I had 2 kids, we had a big house, maxed out with everything, with all of our income, and I'm like, I want to shoot more. So I had to do the whole break-even analysis and say, all right, well, if I make this much money, or if I spend this much money to become an instructor, and then get a few people, then I can start making money, and that's how it kind of works.
that was our sheriff's department right there.
We're gonna take a left. How about that?
Yeah, how about that? This is our square, our downtown. The big clock in the middle is our circuit court, the courthouse where our circuit court is held at. If you take a right here, it kind of carries you up on the north end of the courthouse, what they call North Lamar, which is
what is it?
North Lamar.
North Lamar. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you said north. I wasn't sure what you said. I thought it was north of the mall, and I'm like,
no, North Lamar. Yeah, sometimes when I say I'm a firearm instructor, they're like, "You do what on the farm?" And I'm like, "Handgun training, okay? Come on now, you're from Mississippi. You should understand what the heck I'm saying."
Oh my God, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching people how to plow.
Yeah, exactly.
Till the soil.
This is our Chancery Court building where you get your tags and marriage license. Well, not marriage license, that's in circuit court, but civil stuff, Chancery Court.
Yeah.
Pay your land taxes, hold Chancery Court, all that stuff.
All that stuff.
Yeah. This is pretty much the end of the square.
Oh, well, we got to get on the square. Do we got to take a right?
You got to take a right to go to the square.
All right. These look like college boys, right?
I would suspect.
Yeah. All with the gray shirts, the shorts, and a baseball hat.
Yeah. Probably going up here to get coffee.
College kids. My gosh, to be young again. Man, oh man, oh man.
I'd go to the penitentiary. If I did the stuff now that I did when I was young.
Right.
You used to get away with it, you can't get away with it now.
I would work hard so I didn't have to do what I'm doing.
Exactly.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. But
Oh, this is cute, man.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
We had double decker this past weekend, and they had a band set up here, and the road was blocked off, and there was like 20,000 people right here on the square
Wow.
for 2.5 days.
Yeah.
And so
And this is the courthouse you said?
this is the courthouse. Part of it burned during the Civil War, and then they rebuilt it, and you can, if you just keep going around it.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
You go that way.
We're going this way.
Yeah. This is just some buildings. Some great, if you want like great hot dogs, the Quacks there, the bank, the square, books, and then Nelson's. It's the oldest store in Oxford, probably one of the oldest ones in Mississippi, but 1839. Mr. Will Nelson, Mr. Nelson. Not Nelson, Will Lewis owns Nelson's. I don't know how it became Will Lewis and Nelson's. That's before my time, but Mr. Will Lewis owns it.
Oh, this is cool, man. All right, go straight or
You can go that way if you'd like, and then go down to the red light and hang a right.
All right.
But yeah, so once I retired, I just came up with my little hobby of doing training, and I was kind of focusing mostly on women because a lots of times they get misled into the wrong type of firearm, sometimes the wrong type of training.
Right.
And so I wasn't in it to make a whole lot of money. I wanted to make sure that the people that were coming to me had the best tools that they could get around here to protect themselves and be proficient with their firearm. And so I came up with Eagle Eye Personal Defense, and so I train. I have a little small range out at my house in the county.
Oh my gosh.
And
that sounds cool.
Yeah. And so I can shoot pistols anything back to 25 yards, and I can shoot rifles back to 100.
Nice.
But a lot of my stuff is 95% of my training is pistols, and I have both men and women. It's kind of people call me and say, "Hey, when's your next class?" And it's like, "When do you want to take it?" You know.
Right. When you're available.
Turn right here.
Okay. When are you available? Because that's when my next class is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I do them on Sundays. I do them when I was shooting. I try to leave my Saturdays open for me so that I can shoot, and then because that's when we do all of our shooting most of the time. And then I do them during the week. And we have a big medical population here in our town with people doctors, nurses. We have a veterans home and stuff. So if somebody like that calls me and needs to take a class, I may break it up into 2 days for them. You know, this is William Faulkner's house place where he was at. I don't know if you know who William Faulkner is.
He was a writer, wasn't he?
Correct. And on the square, there's a bronze statue of him on the square in front of City Hall. And then he's buried over in the Oxford Memorial Cemetery.
Oh, that's cool.
So here in Oxford, but that's his place there.
Nice.
But I'll divide somebody first responder or something like that. I'll divide their stuff up into 2 days. I'll do 4 hours one day and 4 hours the next.
Right.
And they seem to appreciate that because their time is limited as well.
Yeah,
having all the work that they have to do and being on call and stuff. So,
so let's talk about what you have to do to get a license or an enhanced permit, because you guys are now a permitless carry state, right?
Correct.
And did you see? I know you're not doing the training full time, but did you see a drop in training when it went to permitless carry?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not. Mine stays pretty steady. If I wanted to do more, I could advertise a little more. I mostly go by mouth. We have a couple of gun shops here in town, and I leave my cards there with my name on it, and they hand them out to people when they come in, and people will call me from that. But being such a small town, most of the people, it's by the word of mouth. Go right. It's by the word of mouth, you know.
Yeah, that's the best advertising.
And so,
best advertising for sure.
mhm.
So you said you guys have an enhanced permit. So what's the difference between having a permit, not having a permit, and the enhanced permit?
Some of the places that you're allowed to go into, stores and businesses and stuff that you're allowed to go into, uh, with enhanced that you couldn't if you were just.
Are we staying straight?
Yeah, you can go straight.
Okay.
That you can go into.
What do you call these little roundabouts?
These are roundabouts.
Roundabouts.
And this was one of first or second one. Now we got them everywhere. They're building one on University Avenue. We probably got 9 of them in our town now. Everywhere there's a red light.
Right. They pull the red light out, put a roundabout in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're building a double one on University Avenue, and then they've got this one. They got a couple of them on campus. They got 3 out off of West Oxford Loop. They're out in the county, or where the city and the county limits come together.
Right.
But this is our baseball stadium.
Very cool. In one of the towns that I spend a lot of time in, they have a peanut-shaped rotary.
Mm-mm.
It's ridiculous.
We have people who sit at the yield like it's a red light because they don't know how to go through them. And I'm like, you can always tell, like, if they're an out of state or new students come into town, they're like, what the heck are these? What do we do? We ain't never seen one of these before.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, go right. I would say go left, but they've pretty much trying to make the university a
gun-free zone?
Walking free zone.
Oh, a walking free zone.
Yeah, like no driving. It's a
yeah.
walk free area. These are speed bumps just in case you didn't want to lose your rear end out of them. The newer ones are real tall. The ones that have been wore down aren't quite as tall.
I do hate the aggressive ones where you think you're gonna bottom out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, the enhanced permit. 8 hours for the enhanced permit?
8 hours.
8 hours. Do you have to do live fire?
Yes, sir.
Lethal force? Talk about lethal force besides regular gun safety?
Yes,
Loading,
we lethal force. The use of force. That's dead end.
Oh shoot.
That's the museum. It don't go nowhere. You gotta go straight.
Sorry.
We talk about use of force.
Yeah.
Our statute, that deals with concealed carry.
Yeah.
8
hours. Lethal force.
Lethal force. The state law.
Yeah.
The concealed carry statute. Take a left at the next line.
Yeah, that leads nowhere.
Yeah, and live fire. But I teach the USCCA course for basic pistol. You know, their basic course.
Right, concealed carry and home defense.
I teach it, and then I add Mississippi's use of force, the where you can and can't go. The state statute is,
right.
I understand it because 10 people can read it and have 10 different opinions.
Oh my gosh.
You know, because it was wrote by lawyers. You know, so then just keep going straight and turn left at the red light. It carries us back out to Jackson, but and then we go to the range and we make sure they understand basic firearm safety.
Right.
You know,
of course.
and then we go to the range and shoot.
The live fire, do you have to shoot? Is it a certain qualification? Is it just knowing that they can shoot certain targets, certain calibers, certain scores? In Massachusetts, I had a client that he did the NRA home firearm safety class, which meets the requirements as far as the state's concerned. I say it's rifles, shotguns, and handguns. Oh my! Like there's nothing special to it, nothing much. Then he went and applied for the license, and he called me back and said, "Hey, the police want me to do some live fire." So I called the police up, and I'm like, "I'm a firearm instructor. Had somebody in your town took the class with me, and he said you have to do live fire." And he's like, "We want to make sure they can know how to use a weapon." And I was like, oh, "This guy's kind of a jerk."
Mm-hmm.
I said, so are you looking for certain targets and certain scores and certain calibers? Do you need a qualification? And then he's kind of backed off.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, well, we just want to know they shot a gun.
Okay.
Well, like, let's not be a jerk here, man.
Yeah. With ours, it's up to the instructor.
Yeah.
There's no set in stone, hey, you got to do this, this, and this.
Okay.
Basically, the way I do on my course is they start out with a big IDPA target,
Mhm.
and we shoot to make sure they can get on paper.
Okay.
That they know how to load their mags, load their gun, rack the slide, put it at slide lock. They can, on a revolver, they can load the cylinder, unload it, things of that nature.
Mhm.
And then once we get them where they're hitting the paper, then I go to a 8.5 by 11 that has little 3-inch circles on them.
Yep.
4-inch circles on them, and I have them shoot those so that I know that they're seeing their sight. Because on IDPA, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
And so then we go down to a smaller target so that I know that they're seeing their front sight. They're not just getting lucky and hitting the paper. And then once they go to that, then I use the 8.5 by 11 NRA. I print them offline.
Right, it's like the bullseye target.
The bullseye target, yes. And it's just, they have to get 20 rounds in the circle, in a 6-inch circle. And I do about 10 yards. About 10 yards. But they have to do 20 rounds in that 6-inch circle from 10 yards.
We had this law passed in Massachusetts last year where they wanted to require live fire as part of the curriculum of the class. And, having done a couple qualifications and done a MAG 40 class, I'm like, do they want us to do the FBI qualification? And then my attitude became, if I have to do the FBI qualification, then you should be able to let me carry everywhere all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
There shouldn't be any gun-free zones for me, unless it's a courthouse or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've become a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, but I'm a little more aggressive in my attitude of, well, if I've met these requirements, what do I get other than having to pay to meet the requirements? Because I still have restrictions and infringements and gun-free zones and places I can't carry and all this other stuff. So if I have to meet these requirements, I should be getting something a little bit more.
Yeah. It's like with me, I don't, I still had to go through the whole steps that any other person had to go through to get my enhanced concealed carry when I retired. Other than being retired law enforcement, mine, I didn't have to pay the fees. I just had to have a letter saying that I was in good standing when I retired, and that I get a retirement check from the state, and I got it. And then my husband, he got his from law enforcement and the fact that he's a veteran. And so, and then his has a veteran stamp. It says that he's a veteran, but it says instructor certified. Mine says instructor certified, but we have to keep our paperwork, for so many years and stuff. And then what I started doing was, once they shoot, since it's just 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, I keep their target.
Oh yeah.
I just put it in their file, and I keep their target in case something happens. I can say, well, this is what they shot the day they came to me. And, some people say, well, I don't let them shoot a 22. They got to shoot a 38 or 380 or bigger. Well, if a 22 is all they've got, and that's what they carry, then they should be able to shoot a 22. Maybe they have restrictions or health reasons why they can't shoot a big gun. 22s have come, in my opinion, a long way in reliability and stuff. As long as you stay with a major gun manufacturer, and the ammunition and stuff, we shoot steel challenges with 22s, and people don't have malfunctions for the most part. So I know a lady that's in the Girl in the Gun group with us, and she carries a Smith & Wesson M&P 22 every day, to work.
Wow.
She carries it concealed on her person. She owns a business.
Mhm.
And she said, I'm on my feet all day. And, you know, I can't carry no 9mm all day
Right.
wearing scrubs, you know, or nice clothes
Yeah.
to work.
Mhm.
So I carry something that is appropriate for what I do.
Yeah, totally.
And
Totally.
so if that's what they carry every day, then that's what I let them shoot. I mean, I've had a dude come and qualify with a 44 Magnum. I said, if you want to shoot it, big boy, bring it on. You know,
Right.
and he was a big boy too. But
Nice. Oh, that's
but
great. God bless him, man. God
oh
bless
yeah,
him. That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
So that's where we are with our enhanced concealed, and it helps. I try to explain to people that it helps if you travel.
Oh yeah.
If
for
you
sure.
travel, it makes a big difference.
Right, because you get reciprocity with everybody.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's very cool.
and so I said, you know, if you travel because you have family in, you know, Alabama or Mississippi, you know, Tennessee or somewhere around Mississippi,
Mhm.
then it pays for you to have it so that you're allowed to carry it at least in your car,
Right.
and you know, and on your person when you go certain places. But you got to go by their law.
Right.
You know, you can't just because Mississippi says you can do it doesn't mean you can do it in other states.
Yeah,
So
I do the Utah class, and people say, so I'm never going to go to Utah. And I'm like, well, you know, it's good in a bunch of other states. Good in 30 other states is a non-Utah res. And they're like, well, if I go to Utah, can I buy a gun?
mhm.
Well, no, it doesn't really work that
You
way.
know, like we
It's the
can't
same.
go to Tennessee and buy a gun.
Right. Oh, a handgun, but
Yeah,
yeah, rifles and shotguns you can do. But
yeah.
yeah.
And so
You ever buy a gun out of state? You ever try it?
I don't think I've ever tried. I've won guns out of state.
Yeah.
I've won them at IDPA matches, and you know, had to go through an
Go for an
FFL.
FFL,
Yeah.
I won. I bought a break action shotgun in Delaware a few years ago,
Mhm.
and it was $75. And I was like, do I want to go out for a steak dinner, or do I want to buy myself a shotgun? And so I opted for the shotgun. And the guy says, look, here's the deal. You know, I said, I understand what the process is with the 4473 and everything. He says, but if you pass the background check, you walk home with it. If you're delayed, you'll have to come back tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving tomorrow. And he says, if you're denied, we charge you $50 for the background. And I'm like, so I get to pay. If they buy the gun, then the background check's for free. Got it. So he said, so for $50, I got a story, and for $75, I've got a story and a shotgun.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah.
So went right through, easy peasy, no problem. Did the 4473, did the background check, gave him $75 in cash, walked down with the gun, took it apart, threw it in my trunk, and then I went to Walmart and got some Mama Celeste frozen pizzas and a candy bar
Heck yeah.
and some seltzer
And
for
still
dinner.
ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all
And
good.
it's one of these guns that just sits in the safe that I've never fired. It's just got a story.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You said you've done some stuff. Let's go back to IDPA. What was your favorite gun for IDPA?
Smith & Wesson M&P.
The M&P. Full size, compact?
Compact, 4-inch,
Compact.
running a Holliston.
Nice.
If I wanted to shoot in CCP or ESP, I take the optic off.
Gotcha.
Or the barrel and just, the slide and just flip out another slide on it.
Very cool.
I basically have a pistol for each division, is what I do.
I love it.
I have my ESP gun is an STI Trojan, custom built by Dawson Precision.
Yeah.
SSP is an M&P full size. And CDP, it's a Taurus PT 1911. It's a 45.
Mm-hmm.
And then my CCP gun could be either my M&P swapping out the barrel or a Springfield Ranger Officer Elite 1911.
Nice.
And my bug gun, I could shoot my 43 Glock, I could shoot my Glock 26, and I just bought a brand new pistol this past week, which is the Smith & Wesson CSX E-Series 9mm 1911.
The steel frame, right?
This the aluminum alloyed frame.
All right. I know it's a metal frame.
You can take a left here if you wanted to go right out toward the range. See the range.
I don't know if we have that much time.
Okay. Well,
I figure we'll go a little bit more and then turn around.
Okay, that's fine. And then right up here on the right is Hunter's Hollow. It's a big indoor outdoor. They have an indoor range, and that's where we shoot GSSF, Glock Shooting Sports Foundation.
Yeah.
And he has the front of the store is anything you need for hunting and fishing and stuff.
Nice.
But Hunter's Hollow, but the indoor range is in the back.
That's cool.
But
I like to. I haven't done this on this trip, but I like to go to gun stores and ask them if they have pre-1994. Well, usually I go in and say, "My name's Charlie. I'm from Massachusetts," and they say, "Oh, welcome to free America." Right? And I said, "Look, I'm looking for some pre-1994 Glocks and Glock magazines. Have more than 10 rounds." And they're like, "Those things are junk. We throw them away." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to buy all of them because they're gold where I live."
Yeah.
And I had one guy, he's like, "Dude, we couldn't get rid of those things on eBay, or on Gunbroker." I'm like, "What?" I said, I'm coming back tomorrow."
Turn up in here and let's see what this is about. Right here where this truck is.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is a new, they call it the Oxford Roundabout. It's a RV and water park resort.
Okay. Yeah.
It just opened this month. And one of our dentists and a politician and a dentist, two separate people, own this. And it's opened. They opened it a couple weekends ago for like their pre-open thing.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to have water parks and swimming
water
pool,
park.
like a big river, lazy river, and you can rent these buildings. They have an RV park, and then looks like they're gonna have a putt-putt golf.
Nice.
And they have a swim up bar, like you get in the swimming pool. It's adults only. You can swim up too.
I love it.
And it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And then the other building that's down below the hill, just before you get here, is Winks. They do one of my neighbor, one of my good friends, her son and wife own it, and they're putting in one of them bouncy parks where you jump on the trampolines and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're next door, so it'll be pretty cool.
This is pretty cool. They got a little place for everyone. You can pull your car up and then camp.
Your RV.
And plug in, and they got a place to grill and a picnic table.
Yeah, little cabin. You gotta have. I don't know the whole rules of it, so I don't want to say something out of turn, but I probably won't be able to afford to come here because it's probably they're gonna have memberships, and the joke around town is everything's that cost around here is Ole Miss prices because of the college students.
Right.
But, but
yeah, living in a college town, man, they gotta jack the prices up.
Oh yeah. But they've been working on it.
This is cool.
They've done this in like less than 2 years.
That's impressive.
I mean, they work 7 days a week just about on it.
Yeah. This is great.
And we've even got palm trees, but they're fake.
That's awesome.
And the nuts are even fake.
So there was a place. I used to listen to speaking freely. I used to listen to the Liberal Wackos on a radio station out of Boston, and there was a place that would neuter dogs, but then they would give them false testicles, so the dogs still felt good about themselves, and they called them nudicles.
What? Only crap like that happens up north.
Oh man.
We just let our dogs roam.
Right.
We don't even have a leash law.
Oh my goodness.
In the county.
Right.
In the city, there's a leash law.
Yeah.
We have some rules in the county.
Yeah.
But.
Oh, I know what I was thinking. You said you did some stuff with well-armed woman and a girl and a gun?
Mm-hmm.
With both of them?
Yes, sir. The well-armed women, I think they're called the Armed Women of America now.
Right.
It was the well-armed women when I was the chapter leader here. And we had our meetings at Hunter's Hollow I did it for 3 years, about 3 years, but 2 of the years was during COVID, so the county wouldn't let people, they wouldn't let them open their indoor gun range, and people couldn't be close together and stuff. So we really didn't do anything for a good little bit, other than some of the people that didn't mind. I brought them out to my range, out in the county, and let them shoot outside. And then my husband got down, and so it was taking a lot of my time to help take care of him. So I decided I'd give it up, so that the women could get what they paid for,
Right.
so they get somebody in there that could give them the time that they needed. And then shortly after that, well, I was a member of A Girl and a Gun at the same time, but I didn't really do anything with them because COVID going on, and they weren't doing anything either. And then Tara Fritz, she took over as a facilitator for it, and Renee Knapp out of Memphis, she's a facilitator up there. We all shoot together, and so they said, hey, come to our meetings in Memphis, and then when the one that Tara's starting gets back kicked up, you can drive to Como and it'll be a lot closer. So I did that. So I go up there when they have their meetings, and we shoot. We've got a bunch of members, and depending on what people's got to do, we may have 3 people show up, or we may have 10 people show up. But we shoot outdoors at DeSoto Rifle Pistol Club in Como, and so I shoot with Tara and them.
I gotta say, I'm baffled by how many ranges there are that are public ranges. You know what I mean? Like, the more I get out in free America, it's surprising to see how many places there are that are ranges. Like in Massachusetts, there are only a couple of public ranges. Everything is a sportsman's club. So if you want to shoot, you have to make the commitment to join the sportsman's club, pay the dues, and that's where you get to go shoot. Yeah. If you're lucky, your club allows you to bring in guests, so you can bring your friends in, or maybe if you have some shooting students, you want to take them to the range. Yeah. But most of them are private clubs. So I remember asking one of my friends, he's like, oh yeah, we'll go here, we'll just pay the range fee. I'm like, what's the range fee? Yeah,
we have one up on 7 North that has a range fee. It's Oxford Outdoors. They have a gun store and then a nice range. We shoot up there. We shoot 22 rifles up there in a match. Shoot out to like 120, 130 yards with 22 rifles. And but it's a outdoor. You pay a range fee. Hunters Hollow, they have a membership thing that, if you're a membership, it costs a little less, but you can go in and pay a range fee, rental, and shoot daily there. Yeah. And then, but in Como is a membership. The DeSoto Rifle thing is a membership thing. And then our Law Enforcement Association range, it's out here off of 309. It's not open to the public because it's for the sheriff. It's for people, law enforcement in Lafayette County. Yeah. But we allow our local 4-H to come out and shoot skeet. And cool. Our county school, Lafayette County School, they have a skeet team, and so they come out and practice out there, skeet shooting out there as well. Nice. And then we have a thing where we try to teach 2 a year, one in the spring and one in the fall, because you can't do anything during the summer, it's so hot. But a ladies' handgun class, and it's just a basic fundamentals of basic pistol, and it's an all-day thing. The ladies come out, it's free. We buy them lunch. Most time we fix hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff and grill them there, and they shoot. They go up on the range, and law enforcement officers come out and assist and help and teach, and they shoot, and they can become members of the association as a civilian. And then when they do that, as long as we have a range, I'm 99% sure, as long as we have a range officer on the range, they can make arrangements to come out and shoot on the range. once they've went through the class and
Right.
became.
Right.
But it's Billy Bob can't just drive up and get out of the car and just start firing away.
Right.
That would raise red flags. But,
For sure.
But
All right, listen, we are almost back to where we need to be. How can people find you and all the stuff that you're up to?
I have a private Facebook page.
Yeah.
I have my Eagle Eye Personal Defense is on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I have Instagram, but I really don't post a whole lot about my shooting on there.
Yeah.
I watch YouTube. I don't do YouTube. It's above my smartness as far as
It's not above your smartness.
as far as being all that editing, and I got a GoPro I can't even work.
Oh my God.
And so, but
first you got to charge the battery.
yeah, I do that. I did do that. I charged the battery. It came on, but that's about as far as I got with it. But and then my phone number. I mean, my phone number's on Facebook on all my accounts, and so
Gotcha.
yeah, and so people just, and like I say, a lot of my people that call me is from the word of mouth.
Right.
Basically,
Yeah, word of mouth is good.
Being in law enforcement and working it all at the different agencies and stuff, people just, and I'm from here. I was born and raised in Oxford.
Mm-hmm.
This used to be like a 2-lane road, and the road ended right here. There was a trailer park right there, and it was in the county. And so the city's just grown so much.
That's
but
cool.
I'm born and raised here, so
Yeah.
everybody knows me.
Everybody knows Lynn.
Everybody knows Lynn.
But not as Lynn. It's
Yeah.
Cornbread.
Well, some know me as Lynn. Some of them know, the kids know me as Lynn the cop.
Lynn the cop.
Lynn the
There you
cop.
go.
The
That's right.
kids.
You were
I
a
was
resource officer.
Yeah, I was a
right?
school resource officer for 10 years, and I traveled with the soccer team and the softball team and the basketball team when we went to away games and stuff. So all the kids call me Lynn the cop.
Lynn the cop.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Lynn the cop, and then family call me Lynn. Shooting people call me Cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lynn, thank you so much for
Yes,
being
sir.
on the show.
Yes, sir.
Hang tight. We're going to put some links below in the show description to everything
All right.
so people can find you.
Okay.
I really do appreciate your time.
No problem.
I love increasing the circle and learning about the gun laws in other states so I can go back and talk about them.
Yeah.
Listen, if we thank you guys for watching the show. We appreciate you guys being here. If you are not a member of the Second Amendment Foundation, you can join them at saf.org. If you want to check out all of your favorite pro-freedom podcasts, they are at sdrn.us. That's the Self-Defense Radio Network. And if you made it this far, you need to share it with your friends because this is how we get the stagecoach across America. We will see you guys next time.